Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Let's do it! All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Adafe Matthew. So gonna you love to come with the Elegbete One of Sports. It's a very lovely and fantastic day to be on the sporting plantation. But then that's not the way it is for my friend Ediale Kingsley. He's not feeling happy. Remember, he bragged that Bayern beat FC Barcelona, that if they do, it will give away 50,000 naira. So if you know Ediale Kingsley's Instagram or Ediale Writes is his Instagram handle, and on Facebook, and I'm not say Twitter now because we're in Nigeria. On Facebook, it's Ediale Kingsley, Ediele Kingsley. Kingsley, go search for him and ask him for the 50,000 naira giveaway, because that money must be spent. Barcelona are going to be playing in the Europa Cup. And somebody said that the way things are going, if you don't take care of business in January, they might not even qualify for Europa next season, meaning that he's not sure that they will win this Europa. But not just that they will not win the Europa, they might not qualify for Europa. So forget about Champions League. I did not go in the Arsenal way. It was just 3 years ago when I said the way Barcelona are going, one day when Messi leaves, they will be worse than Arsenal. People say, God forbid, we are not Arsenal, we're not on the same level. Listen, what's the difference between Barcelona and Arsenal right now? In the last 2 years, what's the difference between Barcelona and Arsenal? They might not take as long as Arsenal have taken, and they might not be as confused and as jaded as Arsenal have been, but for now, they are just as bad as Arsenal. This is Arsenal started. They went to Europa, from Europa, played in 2 finals. I mean, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, played in 1 finals, got to semi-finals. And Ametana, and so the matter just take Bishop. So let's see how it goes. Let's look at how the different papers across Europe reported it. Okay, the Barcelona Bayern game. I'm not coming with all this other game, but you know that's like the major talking point. The Bundesliga.com said that perfect Bayern Munich sent Barcelona out of UEFA Champions League. Yay! Now, they like to write, Bundesliga.com like to make elaborate write-up. Okay, for those of you asking for the scoreline, it was 3-0. Okay, 3 goes to nothing, 3 unreplied goals, 2 goals in the first half and 1 in the second half. Okay, so this is how they wrote it. The anger of Lewandowski is anything about missing the Europa, the Ballon d'Or is still there. Okay. Akiri Iriami said, we are here again. Okay, I don't know what to say there. Okay. This life is in phases. Almighty Barcelona doesn't feel so mighty now. They don't, my brother. I don't know if it's a lady or a guy, but whoever you are, trying to understand what I mean. Okay. At Bundesliga.com, this is how they wrote it lavishly and elaborately, because they're happy. I think in Germany, they like beating Barcelona. That's what I just, that feeling of, we can beat any other person and it's okay, but Barcelona is the meat. Every hunter have that chance of killing one big meat in their lifetime, like elephant or lion or tiger. When you do that, you retire. For Bayern, it is Barcelona. So because if they beat Arsenal, they don't write lavishly like this. Okay, so Bayern Munich finished their 2021-2022 UEFA Champions League group campaign with a 100% winning record, whilst knocking Barcelona out of the Champions League. Bayern Munich 3, Barcelona 0 goals. 1-0 Muller in the 34th minute, assist by Lewandowski. Goal number 2, when it became 2-0, it was Sané, and that was in the 43rd minute. And then in the 62nd minute, it was Musiala, that little man, okay, and was assisted by another little man, the running man Davis, from Liberia to Ghana, Ghana to Canada. Such a long way to go to Germany anyway, and from Canada to US and US to Germany. Either ways, that's how it worked. Although already assured of their place in the last 16 as Group E winners, Bayern were in no mood to do Barca second in the section at the start of play any favors. Okay, the 6-time European champion had their Catalan visitors on the back foot from the get-go, with Jamal Musiala and Thomas Muller unable to make the most of their first real chances of the night. Okay, of note, sorry. Muller landed with his next effort, though, contorting his body to head home Robert Lewandowski's clip cross. Marc-Andre ter Stegen denied him a quick-fire second, but was powerless to prevent Leroy Sané's sensational swerving strike from fully 30 yards. Damn. Okay. There was no let up after the restart as Sané miscued from close range following a defense-splitting exchange between Kingsley Coman and Davies, then made ter Stegen walk before setting up by instead of a one-sided contest with shades of 2019-2020 quarterfinal assist against the same opposition. The Canadian collected, they call Davis Canadian. I feel somehow about why is Canadian. Collected an outrageous long ball from Lewandowski and cut it back the byline for Jamal Musiala to sweep home. Sané passed up the chance to add a fourth late on, but Bayern Munich will have no complaint at the end of a flawless and dominant group stage. Okay, let me give you some match statistics from this game. Okay, Lewandowski fell short of matching Cristiano Ronaldo's 2017-2018 record of scoring in all group games. Okay, he heads into the knockout on 9 goals, 2 short of Ronaldo's group stage gold standard set in 2015-2017. Sané scored his 5th Champions League goal of the season. Musiala, the 2nd of his career. Muller has scored 8 times in 7 Champions League meetings with FC Barcelona. He does love to score against them. He said it anyway. With Barcelona, they've won 6 and lost 1 in 7 outings. Bayern won all 6 Champions League group games for the 2nd time. They scored 22 goals while conceding just 3. The 6-time European champions winners have won 6 of their last 7 against Barcelona and 9 out of 13 overall. Man, Barcelona, now their footmat. That's how I put it now. Their footmat. What's something they say Yoruba again before guy? Okay, Barcelona, even in Barcelona's hottest moment, they know that Bayern are the landlord. Okay, Barcelona have won only 2 of their last 9 matches against Bundesliga opposition on German soil. They've drawn 4 and lost 2. Good. So in case you're wondering who played and who didn't play, Mananoa was the goal and was the captain Pavard, that Frenchman. Upamecano, Sule. Okay, and then Sule came out for Nianzou in the 77th minute. Davis played up to the 71st minute before coming out for Richard. Tolisso, yes, was there, and then in the 62nd minute was removed for Roca. Musiala played for 90 minutes. Coman played and then was substituted in the 71st minute for Sarr. Muller, Leroy Sané, and Lewandowski. Even Lewandowski was substituted in the 77th minute. Maybe if he was kept on for 90 minutes, the story would have been different. Substitutes that were not used are only 3. Ulrich, Frolt, Hernandez. They play. Players that are still out, the player with the best jazzman in the whole world. Choupo-Moting not included in the lineup. Cousins got a knock. Serge Gnabry have a groin injury. Goretzka have a foot injury. Kimmich not included. Sabitzer have a calf injury. Sarr have a groin injury. Stanisic do have a thigh injury. And the coach, remember, is Julian Nagelsmann. Okay, having fun with Barcelona. And Barcelona with Xavi as coach have ter Stegen in goal, Langler, Arayo, Piqué, Dest, who was substituted for the 6th minute at the start of the second half by Gonzalez. And Sergio Busquets was the captain, but then nothing happened as Frankie de Jong played for 73 minutes before, it was substituted with Pugh. And then you have Alba, who played for 31 minutes, and Mingueza came in to replace him because he got injured. Dembele played for 73 minutes, and then Coutinho came to play against Bayern, the team with whom he won the UEFA Champions League 2 seasons ago. Memphis, Gavi, also started. The Gavi played for 87 minutes. Demir came in, but he didn't change anything. On new subs in this game, Neto, Luke de Jong, Umtiti, Pena, Balde, Akomak were all the players that were on the bench that didn't get to play. Aguero have a heart problem. Alves, who's unavailable. Brentwood have a knee injury. Fati have hamstring. Pedri, who everybody says the new Xavi, being coached by Xavi right now, we'll see how best he can impact himself into this young man. Roberto, who have a muscular injury, and Wagyu, who have a foot injury, were the players that were not listed in this game. Very, 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 very sad. Okay, to see Barcelona go this way. But then, I know that there are a whole lot of people who are also very happy to see Barcelona suffer. Let's be very honest here. Come on. Barcelona have made a lot of people suffer. Some based on the incredible talent that they have, and some other times based on their seems like UEFA magic. And it's good to see Barcelona come down to it. I'm not happy. I won't lie, I'm not happy that they're losing. But the one that really hurt was Sevilla losing to Salzburg. I mean, I expected Sevilla to at least score a goal in that game, but that didn't happen. Let's talk about some stuff about the UEFA Champions League, and maybe it will help us with the statistics of this season's UEFA Champions League. Now that the group games are all rounded up. Well, not all rounded up, because there is still the small matter of Atalanta not being able to play their game because of frozen pitch. Okay, so it would have been 96 games played in the UEFA Champions League, but it's 95 matches played. Don't forget that it's a total of 125 games that we played in the UEFA Champions League. So far, 220 goals have been scored. That means that if you divide that by 95 games, it is 3.08 goals that have been scored. It also means that if you calculate it by minutes, it is 30 goals. A goal every 30 minutes that have been scored in the UEFA Champions League so far. So let's take some of the club statistics in the UEFA Champions League and see how it works. Okay, Felicia Mezia, I can see you. Okay, Bayern Munich scored 22 goals in this season's Champions League. Ajax scored 20, and of the 20 goals that Ajax scored, Sebastian Heller scored 10 of it. So 50% of the goals were scored by one man. Manchester City, that doesn't have a striker, have 18 goals to their good, and Liverpool, with 3 proven strikers and even strikers from the bench, have 17 goals to their name. So Man City's problem is not really with scoring goals anyway. Leipzig have 15 goals, Sporting have 14. Okay, when it comes to controlling of possession, there was nobody in the races against Liverpool, against Chelsea, as Chelsea controlled possession much more than any other team, even though they don't score that much, but controlling the possession, it wasn't even Man City. It was Chelsea who had a possession percentage of 62.5. Liverpool follows closely behind with 59.5. It's an all-English affair. And then Ajax, who are naturally a possession-based team, with 58.7, and then Man City come up with the rare. I have 57.7. Shakhtar Donetsk, surprise, 57.5, and Bayern Munich with all the 22 goals. Man, that's one of the things that Ganatrol said. It's not about all this possession thing. It's about winning matches, and that's just about what they want to do. Okay, so it doesn't matter how you look at it. This is about scoring goals for Bayern, but then it doesn't mean that they won't have possession. Passing accuracy, the team with the most passing accuracy in this season's Champions League so far is not Pep Guardiola's Man City. Well, they are up there in the running, but the team with the most passing accuracy is actually Shakhtar Donetsk. Okay, Shakhtar Donetsk have 90.5. I love the name of that club. The landlord of the Donbass Arena. I love the name of the club. Shakhtar Donetsk have 90.5% of pass accuracy, followed by Manchester City 90.2%, Real Madrid 90%. As bad as the same Real Madrid is this season, they are up there in number 3 position. And Bayern have 89.5%, Paris Saint-Germain 89.5% as well. And then Chelsea, once again, possession king, have 89.2%. Total attempts, you see, nearly cannot kill a bear. You can only run for the feather. Isn't that what my friend Anthony Beckenbauer used to say? Inter Milan are a good description of that. When it comes to total attempt at goal, trying to score goal, it goes down to Inter Milan. But they are just not it. Inter Milan created 117 attempts at goal. Real Madrid 110, Manchester City 108, Bayern Munich 107, Liverpool 104, Ajax 103. Good. The team with the most tackles in this competition so far this season, it has to be Sheriff, the most scorer. That team that went to Madrid to beat Madrid, but where are they now? Where are you now? According to my guy, Justin Bieber. Okay, Besiktas made 96 tackles and Benfica made 90 tackles. Barcelona made, wow, Barcelona are now in the defensive side, right? Made 90 tackles as well. RB Leipzig 89 and FC Porto 88. Balls recovered goes to Leo. Leo made 282 recoveries, just the same as Borussia Dortmund 292, Salzburg 278, Young Boys 277, Besiktas 276, Sevilla 272. Let's go to the saves department. It's also Sheriff with 35, Malmo with 32, Club Brugge with 28, Paris Saint-Germain with 25, and Shakhtar Donetsk with 24, Besiktas with 24, and most clean sheets. Most clean sheets. You already know. Your guess is as good as mine. Chelsea and Benfica, as well as Juventus and Real Madrid, Bayern, all have 4 clean sheets in this competition. Note, Juventus have 4 clean sheets in this competition. Having a horrible season in Italy, but keeping it clean in the league. Lille have 3. Okay, not even Man City is in this category of the statistics. Okay, let's talk about players and their performance in this season's Champions League so far. Sebastian Haller have yes, this guy's got 10 goals in this competition. I was saying the other day that if this guy was a Nigerian with 10 goals, there's never been a Nigerian that's got 10 goals in the group stage of the UEFA Champions League. How many people have even scored 10 goals in the group stages of the UEFA Champions League? Nigerians will be telling you that this guy alone can win you the African Nations Cup, win the World Cup and everything. That's the way we see this. We see this with so much sentiment. But you know, Ivorians are not even saying that they can win the Nations Cup with Hala scoring 10 goals in the group stage of the UEFA Champions League. That's how it is. Sometimes you've got to stay modest. But we are not like that. We're very, very loud. We like to overtalk our chances. Lewandowski have 9 goals in this competition. Mo Salah and Nkunku for RB Leipzig have 7 goals. Cristiano Ronaldo has 6 goals. Leroy Sané, you left Manchester City for Bayern Munich. I think they make a very good choice because it seems like they might just go all the way with the way they're playing. I don't know. Anything can happen. Have 5 goals in this season's competition. Assists, as bad as the season is for Bruno Fernandes, for Manchester United and Bruno Fernandes, is still top the assist list with 6 assists so far. Antonio Ayas have 5 assists. Kylian Mbappe, people say he's selfish, he's greedy, he's self-centered, but he's made 4 assists so far in this competition. Leroy Sané scoring 5 goals, also have made 4 assists in this competition. 17-year-old Bellingham have 3 assists. Vinicius Jr., aka Akbolo Roro King, have 3 assists in this year's competition. The player that have run the most distance is Till of Sheriff Timospor, and then you have Venakan of Club Brugge, who's run 68.7 kilometer in matches played. Till of Sheriff have run 75.4 kilometer as well. Granvelberg, okay, of Ayers, 68.5, and Lang of Club Brugge. The Club Brugge players are really running, okay? 68.2. Arnold of Wolfsburg have done 67.8 kilometer. Frankie de Jong of FC Barcelona have done 66.2. And then on target, player with the most shot on target in this season's competition is Riyad Mahrez. Hala have 14 shots on target and 10 goals scored. Man, this guy is incredible. For every shot on target, it does seems like he hits the bullseyes. Okay, Liverpool's Mohamed Salah, they call him the Egyptian Messi. I was saying something the other day that let me never bring it up. But we like to tag African players with the names of Pele, this one, that one. I don't think they name their players after us like that. Apart from Robinson Kanu, I don't see too many foreign countries who name their players after Africans. Lewandowski have had 13 shots on target. Edin Dzeko of Inter Milan 12 shots on target, and Cristiano Ronaldo, 12 shots on target as well. Passing accuracy is Rugani of Juventus with 98.3, Erokin of Zenit St. Petersburg with 98%, Eric Garcia of Barcelona, former Manchester City player, with 97.5, Stones of Manchester City 97.3, Sule of Bayern Munich 97.3, and Sa 97%. João Paulinho, okay, and Ado are both team players with top tackles with 26 and 25 respectively. Verratti of Paris Saint-Germain, 24, and Sosa of Besiktas, 20. Fernando Costanza, 19, and Otamendi, remember him from the Premier League, Manchester City. Balls recovered faster is Fernando from Sevilla with 51, Wijnaldum 49 from Lille, Conde, 48, the player that Chelsea, Juventus, Manchester United are struggling to sign. From Sevilla with 48, Eder Militao with 45, Laupa of Young Boys 43, Andre of Lille 43, and the most saves in this competition has to go to Atanasides, 29 save for Sheriff. Millionaire, remember him with Liverpool back in the day, 28 save. Vlaco Dimos, 22 for Benfica. Thibaut Courtois, Real Madrid, 22. Esin Destadoglu, okay, has 20 for Besiktas, and Musso of Atalanta have 19. That's how the cookies crumble over there. Now let me refresh our minds and our memories with the results of the matches that went down yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna come back. I'm seeing comments everywhere. Juventus won against Malmo, 1-0. Chelsea and Shakhtar and Zenit St. Petersburg played a 3-3 draw. Bayern Munich beat FC Barcelona 3-0. I said that before. Benfica defeated Dynamo Kiev 2-0. And Manchester United played a 1-1 draw with Young Boys. Salzburg beat Sevilla, who picked up a red card, 1-0. And Wolfsburg lost at home to Lille, 3-1. Okay, so in case you're wondering who qualified and who didn't qualify, I know that somebody is going to be asking me that question. Okay, so who qualified and who did not qualify? There's the little matter. Okay, now I've said it. I've used the Jurgen Klopp word. There's the little matter of the Atlanta game. Well, Manchester City finished 12 points and top of their group, even though they lost twice in the group stage. They didn't draw any game. Paris Saint-Germain came second because they drew 2 games and lost 1 to Man City. But then they made 11 points, so that's enough. RB Leipzig from that group A goes to the Europa Cup. They will battle with Barcelona somewhere in the same competition. Skiffle Frank, I can see you there, my brother, all the way from Germany. Club Brugge get knocked out of European competition from the group stage. Liverpool tops their group with 18-point maximum point. They won all 6, drew none, lost none, scored 17, and considered 6 goals. They have the plus 11 goal advantage, 18 points, and the team that followed closely from behind is Atletico Madrid. FC Porto goes straight to the Europa Cup. AC Milan are not back yet. They are still sleeping giants. Get knocked out of the group stage. Try harder next time, and we will see if you can penetrate the upper level. Use better lubricants. Okay, Ajax are ranked in Group C, and they started very well. They played 6 games, won 6, drawn none, lost none, scored 20, conceded 5. Damn, this team is good. 18-point maximum, and following closely is half of that point. Sporting, clubs football. Sporting made 9 points out of 6 games played. They won 3, lost 3 straight away. Won all your own matches, and then forget about the away games, and then pray that the other teams don't do well. Borussia Dortmund, with Brooke Ellen Haaland, okay, he went out injured, so we can understand. Third in their group, so they go to the Europa. They might meet with Barcelona somewhere in the conversation. When the season started, everybody said that Real Madrid will not do well. Oh, they're struggling. There's no money. There's problem in Spanish football. Real Madrid have still managed to pick up 15 points in the group stage of the UEFA Champions League. They know how to play this competition. It doesn't matter whether they have Cristiano Ronaldo or they don't have him. They just know whether Sergio Ramos or Sergio Ramos is available or not. They do know how to play this competition. As they played 6, lost 1 to Sheriff at home, and then won all other 5 of the games that they played. Considered only 3 goals in this competition. You give them credit at one of the best defense alongside Bayern Munich and probably Chelsea. No, not Chelsea, because Chelsea considered 3 goals yesterday. As they scored 14 and considered 3. 15 points picked up. Inter Milan managed to make it second. Sheriff, yes, for all of their stress, they make it to the UEFA Europa Cup. And Shakhtar Donetsk could only pick 2 points from the 2 draws that they made. Every other game they lost. Bayern Munich played in the same group with Benfica, Barcelona, and Dynamo Kiev. And in that order, all 3 clubs would be, qualified, progressed to the next round. The one with D went out of the competition. Bayern Munich topped the group with 18 points, scoring 22 goals, conceding 3. They didn't lose any game. Okay, but Benfica, all they needed was to make it 2-2-2 is the number. They won 2, draw 2, lost 2, scored 7, conceded 9, minus 2 again. 8 points was enough. Barcelona 7 points could not take them through as they won 2, drew 1, lost 3. Oh, too bad. I'm not ever out, so let's not talk about it. Manchester United comfortably topped their group thanks to Cristiano Ronaldo, who I say was stifling them, but then did enough to carry them through. Okay, so they won 3, drawn 2, lost 1 to Young Boys. Scored 11, considered 8, goal difference 3, 11 points. That's good enough. Villarreal comes second with Chikwueze and Co. Atalanta, that I had so much hope on, But don't forget that anything can happen. If Atlanta win their game, they go to second. Villarreal wins or draw, they stay second. Young boys are already out of the competition. So there is that little matter of Villarreal and Atlanta, or Atlanta Villarreal, because they're playing in Italy. In Group G, it's Lille, Salzburg, Sevilla, Wolfsburg. Who would have thought at the beginning that those two teams will qualify? Lille and Salzburg and Sevilla. Well, I'm not surprised that Sevilla is going to the Europa. That is their traditional spot, and they've gone down to that place again. That's where their weight category is, and they are just going there. Wolfsburg, I don't know what's happening to them. Well, they sell too much of their players. And the one that really got me hickey, that surprised me, is Group H. The God who made me, I expected Chelsea to be on top of this group. Okay, I did expect them to come second. Not like coming second is bad. I'm not trying to drag them or banter them here. But from the beginning, when you have a group that have Chelsea, Juventus with all their struggles, and Zenit St. Petersburg and Malmo, I expected Chelsea to come out clean on top of this group. And then that didn't happen. As Juventus showed that you can have a bad form in the league. Chelsea did that in 2012. You can have a bad form in the league and still do well in the Champions League. But let's not forget that Champions League is one competition that has never been favorable to Juventus. Okay, they've only won it once in 96. They've lost more in the finals than any other team in this competition. So let's see how they go this season. If Allegri can cook up a magic, because the guys in Juventus would give up a king's ransom and an entire planet and continent to win the Champions League, even if it means they get relegated. That's just the truth. I know how it feels like in Juventus. So they played 6-1-5 and lost 1. Scored 10, conceded 6. Goal difference is 4, but it doesn't matter, as a make of 15 points, and it was enough for them to top the group. Chelsea comes second with 6 games played, 4-1, 1 draw, and 1 loss. 13 goals scored, 4 goals conceded, 9 goals different, 13 points. Amas, Zenit St. Petersburg are in third position. So with 5 points, they automatically goes to the UEFA Europa Cup. Malmo are champions of the Swedish league already. So they will come back next year and try better luck next time. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so let's get into the talking, because I'm getting a whole lot of messages here and there. So where do I start from? Let me go to social media. Let me go to YouTube and see if anybody's talking there. Whoa, you're not sleeping, Roland. Hybrid 10 is saying, good morning, Mr. Idafe. I woke up a few minutes, 3 a.m. ago to go and use the restroom. I say, let me check my phone, and then I saw your beautiful face in my feed. Eee, thank you. Eee, somebody say I'm beautiful. I had to watch while I'm awake. Ezra Patrick, long time. You've been away. What's been happening to you? Good morning, boss. Good morning to you as well. Okay, let me go to Facebook and see how you guys doing. Okay, I'm coming to the side. Ooh. Damn. Ekejafo Abuchi Makval. It's a good morning, Nadafe. We are here again. Let's go there. Thank you very much. Akimu Siri Adeni Yomi Hana. He said, oh yeah, I hail you, boss. I hail you too. Nasri Olabode Owolafe. As a matter of fact, this show would not have been on without this guy this morning. He came to our rescue. Okay, we were shut down. Our internet ran out very late last night. And thank you very much, Nasri Owolafe, for coming to my rescue. Having good friends in good places is also a very, very good thing. He said, where did Chelsea put that energy used to tear Juventus apart? I don't know. Something just went wrong, especially in the last game, playing 3-3. I thought that they were going to win that game easily and stay on top of the group. But then Juventus have impressed me, like really, really impressed me, because I wasn't expecting all of that, like Juventus, because the season is like they're really struggling in the season, so I wasn't expecting them to do that well. Uzo Obiora said Barcelona might win Europa League. Just saying, let me say the way they say, come on, get away you. The way which you want to. Festus Ogaga Ajekuko, he said, good morning, thank you very much, bros. Good morning, thank you for always supplying me morning tea. Beautiful, inspirational messages every day. Evangelist Wale Ikuse, my guy, how far? Good morning, sir. Nasri said 85 and 96. Okay, that's true. They won the 1985 Champions Cup. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Sorry. My bad. I know you're a director with Juventus, so you would always fix that. Mr. Idafe, Arsenal needs to fix things. They seriously need to fix things, but it doesn't look like they want to. Okay, there is the need to, and then there is would they do it? Okay, that's another part you have to look at. So I don't know if they really want to fix this. Abaya Michelle on WhatsApp is saying that way. Good morning, sir. Please, I have a question, please, sir. How has Bayern Munich management managed to make the club stay on top for over a decade without declining? Okay, so let's deal with these questions once and for all. Okay, Francis Inspire, say hello to you too. For me, what I can say, I asked Ganatra this question a couple of the last time I interviewed him, and next week Monday I'm going to be having Mario Otis Binico if he's not busy traveling. Okay, so Mario is a guy who worked with a lot of European clubs as a liaison. Okay, help them to sort out some, some things that they want to do. They need somebody in the community. They need to do some stuff in the community, and that's what I want to feed off his knowledge and see if it is something that we can benefit from in this part of the world, connecting clubs to communities in Germany and across Europe. So I'm going to try and get him to be available. He's a very busy man, so I was traveling, running around, but I'll try. Okay. Michael Mickey said Chelsea featured French player. Please, nigga, please don't come and say that. Did they take players from Quara United to play the game? What are you saying? What's French players again? This is the kind of excuses I don't like. Those players they didn't sign for Chelsea, right? They are not Chelsea players. They took them from East Town to come and play. Come on, don't give me that now. So Lukaku is not French player. Timo Werner is not French player. Mason Mount is not French player. Callum Hudson-Odoi, James Barkley, Miguez, they are not French players. Azpilicueta, Christensen. Oh, come on. Please. Abid Sabalega, 92 million, is not French player. I beg. I'm not in the mood to have that conversation. But don't come up with all these French player things. Where was I? See, that guy made me now lose my thought process. Okay. So Bayern, I was talking about Mario. Mario is going to help me delve into some of those things. He's actually trying to help me fix an interview section with what's his name now? With Lewandowski and Brute Island. I'm working on that. I told you guys I'll bring the big names, right? So we're working on it. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, I continue to do my things. Okay. But I've got a lot of runnings to do next week. Podcast shooting, and some other things. But it's going to be a very busy Christmas for me and super busy January for me. I might not be around all through January. I might not be on this show all through January. Hopefully I'll be in Cameroon shooting something behind the scene. When it comes out in September next year, you will see it on maybe Netflix or Amazon Prime or Super Sports anywhere. I don't know. The marketing people will have to deal with that. But it's something you will love. There's a whole lot on my plate right now, but every time I'm around here, I will be here to do the show. That's a promise. I'm making that promise to you, and I will keep it. Okay, but there's so much traveling on my plate right now. I mean, I can't believe that I'm traveling this much. Even my daughter was saying that, Daddy, you're traveling so much. These days we don't see you anymore. You promised to always be at home. And I said to her yesterday, I said, Rookie, if Daddy's always at home, you might not get the ice cream the way you get it. You might not get the pizza. You might not get to stay in your favorite Eco Hotel or Radisson Blue. These days we're not even thinking of traveling anywhere because traveling comes with a whole lot of stress now. So the only vacation you have is tomorrow, for instance, they're doing a Christmas party in school, which I'm going to go be part of. Thank God I'm not traveling tomorrow. And then I'll see that he's doing presentation. My son is doing presentation. So I'm going to go see the two of them. And then after that, I might be traveling on Saturday again. God, who would have thought that? Let me not say anything. Okay, so what Bayern have created is a structure, a system. And that's what's lacking with a lot of clubs. They created a system, and that system is not one-man dependent. So when you're playing for the club, you know the way CIA and the FBI work, where from when you're doing school, they are checking your IQ, your result. They know, okay, this guy will be very, very good for the country. They will teleguide you without you knowing. They will teleguide you till you get to Langley, and you become an agent, and you become, special agent, intelligent agent, whatever department they want to put you. But that starts from when you are in first grade, second grade. They see the way you assimilate knowledge, the way you articulate ideas, you expunge ideas and all that. And they know that, okay, this person will be good for the state. Don't forget that, like in America and like any other advanced country, every academic institution have people working for the government. but you don't know them. They are like secret agents that are working for the government and you don't know. Okay, so they check reports, your sporting activities, the things that you do, and they use that to like move the clock. They move the clock, minute by minute, clockwork. They move it in such a way that your life is teleguided into a place where you would be a lot more beneficial to the country. So if it is in sports, if it is in entertainment, if it is in military service or secret service, either way. And then there is also the private sector of life where they know that okay, you are a geek and you'll be a lot more beneficial. They just make this happen for you easily. Unlike maybe in our country where the system is fighting against you, suppressing you, trying to kill you, make sure you don't make success. That's how those countries like Russia, like Israel, England, America, Germany, that's how they function. So what Bayern have created is, just like their country is, they created a template. And while you're playing for the club, they are already looking for the round peg that will fit into the round hole, square peg that will fit in the square hole, triangle peg that will fit in the triangle hole. And once your career ends, they aid you're going to train. Like Oliver Kahn, for instance, had to go to Harvard to go study business. Because unlike in Nigeria, where because you play football, you think you can run the airfield. Playing football, and I know that now because I run a company. Playing football means you can talk about football. You can say all these things about tactics. Even some who play don't know how to talk about. I mean, you can use your brand to say things. But when it comes to running administration, you need to understand business. You need to understand how, in the scheme of things, if I make this move, how does it affect? Because every move you make in business is like domino. One wrong move would destroy 10 things. One right move could also create a ripple effect for 10 or 20 or 50 or so things. So first off, there is a financial cap with Bayern. Bayern don't do the mistake of, oh, people are going crazy over Cristiano Ronaldo, 100 million, let's go and sign it. No. Excuse me, guys. If we sign him, would he offset the balance of our team? Just like when Manchester United won the Europa and I think the Carabao Cup. And then they went on to sign Alexis Sanchez. That was the stupidest move ever made. They made that move out of excitement, not out of need. And then they put him on £500,000 a week, which is £2 million a month. What that did was upset the team because they were like, this guy only played for Arsenal. He didn't win the league. He didn't do anything. And yes, he scored 30 goals in all competition, but we won Europa, and the reward we're getting is to get this Arsenal struggling team player to come here and earn more money than everybody. Okay, let him play the ball. Let's see. And that happens a lot in dressing room. So Barcelona have a system that works. I don't know if you play computer game a lot. Okay, so if you play computer games a lot, you notice that when you download game from the app, there are two functions in most of the games. One, you can use your own money to buy token. And people who do that are always the most dominant people on the floor. Then there are those people who depend on the tokens that are given to them by the game. That keeps you going. That's because if the game doesn't give token, people will not download it, people will not play, and then the app will die. Okay, so there are people who know how to do that, and then they manage it properly, and they still grow like those who are doing. So Bayern are among those people who say, no, like me, all the games that I play on my phone, I don't see the day that will come and I use my money to go and buy. You're not paying me. But now there are other games that you play, you earn money. Okay, that one, I know that I'm doing business, so it's an investment. So that's the way Bayern is. Bayern don't throw money at the problem. They have one of the best youth system in the world. That's one. Two, they have some of the most incredible negotiators in football business. So they know the cap they can go. And the way they balance the cap is, if we spend 100 million on maybe Leroy Sané, in the next 2 seasons, we're not going to buy anybody above 50 million. We're going to make sure that the academy produce enough players to fill whatever void that we're going to have. And then there is also the balance of age, youth, and experience. It waters down from up. Look at the age of Lewandowski, Mola, then bring it down to Serge Gnabry, Sané, and then come to the midfield, Goretzka, and the rest of them, Sule Musiala, and then go back to Mane, and Noah, and the rest of them. You could see that there is a perfect balance. And Bayern have been doing this since forever, if you look at Bayern properly. So they have mastered a system that works. Now, Some other clubs are panic driven. Good example is Chelsea. Their system is panic driven. What will kill Chelsea? Chelsea is run like the Enyimba of Odjuz Okalu. What could kill Chelsea tomorrow is if Roman Abramovich falls down and dies. Yeah, Chelsea will go down unless somebody else who is trigger happy, who likes to spend money, who likes to throw money at the problem, who has a Nigerian mentality, who likes to throw money at the problem, comes in and continue. But you know that you don't always have those kind of sugar daddy on a regular basis. So that might become a problem. Another club that used to do that a lot was AC Milan. Silvio Berlusconi used to throw money at every problem. His model for running a football club was, one, get the best player to play for AC Milan, but not only that, also buy the best player of clubs that are likely to be our competition. Eliminate their best players, buy them and put them on the bench. That's why people like Jean-Pierre Papin went to AC Milan and sat on the bench. Lentini, for 13 million world record at the time, went to AC Milan and sat on the bench. Not like they needed it. They had Marco Van Basten. They had a very good team, but then they just got him to go sit on the bench so that some other people will not have him to play. Okay, then there are those yo-yo teams who just want to make a splash in the water and then come out and then go on record that, oh, we did this. Olympic myself, one of them. And then there are those teams who also believe, you know what, we can develop a youth system that will grow our players. We don't have to win the Champions League on a regular basis, but we'll win it. Ajax, FC Porto, Benfica. Only that Benfica have the Bela Gutmann course, so it's affecting them. And I don't know when the course will be lifted, but it's been over 100 years now. Should have been lifted. But so there are different models. In the Premier League, Manchester United used to have this. They have a good model, but the model was, I'm going to say it, and people that are watching right now will not be happy with me, but Manchester United had a system that was fraudulent. Nobody can convince me. Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson was rigging matches. Nothing you see. Say whatever you like. Hate me for it, drag me for it, but Manchester United was fixing matches. And the Premier League, they all knew about it. But the thing is, they don't want to create, like what the Italians will do. They openly say, okay, you are fixing matches and they relegate you. Manchester United, English Premier League, you want to do that because it will kill the business model. Because if you go and read that Mark Clattenburg's book, and you can read between the line, the whistleblower, if you can read between the line, you know that English League is wrought with match fixing beyond human description. I'm not going to tell you that the urban mess in public place, but if you're walking behind the urban, you perceive the smell, you know that somebody don't mess. As they say, well, you hear the other. So the systems are different, but I think that's what works for Bayern. It also works for a team like Ajax. Juventus over the years also have a system like that. Don't forget that Juventus have always looked from within to put the right people running the club. And then there are just sometimes when the economy is not good. Like currently, the Italian economy is in shambles, right? So you don't have the financial muscle, the factories are no longer working as they used to be, coupled with COVID and the rest of them. The company is not manufacturing, it's not exporting. You expect that to happen. I mean, Ferrari cannot feed everybody, so it's one of those things that happen. But Juventus have always been a club in Italy that I love, even though AC Milan won a lot of continental trophies, but I love the way Juventus was run. Yes, the match fixing here and there, one problem here and there, but was a system that was very, very good. I hope that answers your question. Temi Dayo from Ikotu says, good morning, Edafe. Yeah, good morning to you. I've heard you said on different platforms, your Instagram, Twitter, your WhatsApp status, on Facebook, that the AFCON is a little tournament. And it seems like you are taking side with your club. Yes, it is a little tournament. I'm not here to argue with you, even though I disagree with your position and I think that the AFCON is a big tournament. But please, what can be done to make the AFCON a big tournament? Okay, let's get into that conversation a bit. I think this conversation is going to be like a bone hanging on my neck. I'm always going to have to deal with it constantly. But this is my take on it. We don't love European football because of the Euros. That's one of the things we should know. I've always said oftentimes on this show that in Africa, our biggest problem is we focus more on the symptoms than the virus. That's why most countries fought to eliminate mosquitoes. We are bothered about taking vaccines for mosquito, taking tablets that affect our kidneys and our livers and our internal organs. Meanwhile, we're curing mosquitoes. Because if you keep loading yourself with antibiotics, your livers, the kidneys are going to shut down because these are acidic materials. Okay, that's just a medical example that I'm giving to this. But let me tell you this. We love European football not because of the Euros. Neither do we love South American football because of the Copa America. No. We don't also love basketball in America because of Dream Team, the US men basketball team. We love it because of the NBA. We love European football because of their leagues. Okay, you hear people say, I'm a fan of Juventus, I'm a fan of AC Milan, Inter Milan, Ajax, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, Manchester United, Chelsea, Leeds United, if possible, Aston Villa, Leicester City, and the rest of them. It is not because of the Euros. So, if Africa wants to earn the respect that we are forcefully demanding, that we are trying to take people hostage for, we're trying to kidnap people for, we should develop our league. Develop our league to the place where somebody can have a dream that, oh, if I play in the Nigerian league or in the Ghanaian league or the Malian league or the Senegalese league, the Ivorian league, my dreams can be met. I can have fulfillment that I played football as a professional game. I will not need to go to Latvia, Estonia, some backwaters, Finland, battling with cold every day, struggling and playing football, dealing with racism and the rest. Once our league is good, nobody can call the African Nations Cup a little league again. The reason why they have the right to call us a little league is they know that this little tournament, they know that this AFCON that we are bragging or crying and lamenting about, it is their league that is feeding it. If they shut down signing of our African players in the European League, for instance, our African Nations Cup will go back to the status of the CHAN. The same status that CHAN had, that's what the African Nations Cup would have. Until we think that, okay, you know what, let's raise the African leagues, okay, to a level where we now start looking inward. We now start feeling like I need to play for Enyimba, and there is going to be fulfillment play for Enyimba. I need to play for Kano Pillars. I need to play for MFM. I need to play for Accra Art of Ashanti Kotoko, ASEC Mimosa, State Malian, all of these things, TP Mazembe's, Mamelodi Sundan, El Ali, Zamalek. That's when people would respect us. We are a drawback on the rest of the world. And that is a fact. It's a matter of fact. Africa, by we, I mean Africa is a drawback. I have not seen a shipload of Europeans dying on the sea because they are trying to go to America to live a better life, and they are stowing and dying in the sea. But that happens with Africans every day. Like every day is over exaggerated now, but always there is news. There is not a single year that we don't get headline news on CNN or MSNBC or Al Jazeera or France 24 that the shipload of Africans that are crossing the Atlantic Ocean or crossing to Europe have capsided and some have died, or Italian police have intercepted the ship of Africans running away. So if you want to get that respect, any man, if you have a neighbor who cannot take care of his children, and his children always come to your house to come and beg for food and eat, you would look at that man, even if he's older than you, would belittle the man. That's just what it is. It's the fact. So if we really want to grow our football, it's not about the national team. It's not about the national team is a show glass where you display all of the good works you have done. Can Nigeria beat its chest and say we have produced top quality players? Look at your Super Eagles, for instance. Alex Iwobi, Emmanuel Dennis, Leon Balogun, Kevin Akpoguma, Trust Ekong, Maduka Okoye, the list goes on. All these players were groomed, discovered, groomed, and raised by European clubs. Victor Osimhen, that we're talking about played only 4 grassroots games for Cochinedu's team. What's the name of the team now? Only 4 games. Only 4 games. Meaning that his entire football career is groomed, nurtured by Europeans. And you're bragging that you have a big nation. You don't have, your Nations Cup is not big. So for me, it's not even about the Nations Cup. It's not even about the AFCON. It's about how our football is cooked. It's about how our football is cooked. And that's the position that I stand. And for so many of these people who always come out that they shut up about that, you are this or that, you're cowing to Europeans. No, I'm not cowing to Europeans. In this industry, and I make bold to say it, that if we're talking of people that have invested time, money, resources to try to develop football in Nigeria, let's leave Africa, in Nigeria, I will be on top of the food chain of that. And you know how we always talk about the fact that, government-owned club is the reason why football is not growing in Nigeria. No. We have not created a business model around our football. Our football is still played under the, we're trying to take boys off the street, we're feeding them twice a day. That comment that got me and Godwin and I'm gonna at loggerhead for a very long time. And because for me it was the stupidest comment for anybody to make. But I mean, life goes on. It's mistake. People make mistakes. People say things that they don't understand. You see, in Nigeria, I use Nigeria as a case study. In Nigeria, we've had Concord owned by Abiola. We've had Abiola Babes. We've had Leeds United. We've had Eagle Smith. We've had Gabros that became Ifeanyiba, Iwayawu National, Raka Rovers, Mighty Jets, ACB, NMB, all these ones, NEPA, First Bank. Now we have NFL. So it's not like we don't have private club. We do have private club. The thing about these clubs is we don't have a sustainable business model. Just like Yomi asked me about Bayern. We don't have a sustainable business model that is designed to make football grow. Let me give you a very good example. In Lagos today, there are about 1,916 football clubs in Lagos, grassroots club. In Surulere alone, around that Surulere region, push it down to Ikeja, you have about almost about 600 clubs, right? If all the owners of those clubs come together and say, listen, guys, let's approach the Lagos state government. We want to take over Tesla Balogun. And then they take over the club, they go on let's say 100 years lease. And in that 100 years, they come up with a very good business plan and get foreign investors. And then those foreign investors are here every day. See, until I start sitting on this side of the table as a CEO, I never thought that these people would come to. Just 2 days ago, Netflix was in Nigeria. They're looking for robust content apart from Nollywood. Robust content, documentary, docuseries, sporting content that we've not been doing. Now, if all these clubs come together and say, look, I see you all contribute together, lease the club, the stadium from Lagos State government, chase everybody away, and then remodel the stadium. It won't take up to 5 years to remodel the stadium. So let's say we remodel the stadium to look like the Tottenham Hotspur or the Emirates Stadium, and then we design it in such a way. Now, Surulere is a very busy part. So you create activities and all the rest around the stadium. Remember, Super Eagles will eventually make Lagos their base. In that old Surulere, central like that, around that place, you build a 5-star hotel, one arm of the stadium, one end of the stadium, a 5-star hotel. And then you put your practice pitch and the rest of it. One, every time Super Eagles wants to use that place, the money that they pay to Iko Hotel will go to the management of the Tesla Balogun. That's how you make money. That's how you create a business model. And once people see that it is working in Lagos, somebody will replicate it in Kano, another person will replicate it in Port Harcourt, another person will replicate it in Uyo, another person will replicate it somewhere. But yeah, we like flying solo. Everybody wants to make money for his pocket. Everybody wants to fly solo. If you notice, the music industry in Nigeria changed when people began to collaborate. When people began to see the need to collaborate. Fino was so good in the East, but he needed to make a splash in the Lagos market. What did he do? He looked for Olamide. Olamide is not like the biggest fish, but he's a street musician. Whiskey needed to grow beyond the Nigerian street to Joe Elegba, my story. He needs to go past the Joe story, and he needs to make excellence on a global stage. Where did he go? He went to collaborate. We could also do the same, replicate the same thing in the Nigerian sporting space. But guess what? We're so greedy, we're so foolish, we're so sick, we're so myopic in the way we think, docile in the way we approach things, that we don't see all of that. We want to look at the sports minister, for instance. He showed up and he said he wants to adopt a stadium. What it should have done was to concession the national stadium to a company that will come and invest about £2 billion and turn it around and tell them that, look, yes, run it for the next 100 years, pay money to government for access to the stadium every year, but at the same time, they will create employment, they will run service, they will give us a model that nobody in this part of the world is used to. But guess what? We're not doing that. We're just doing some crappy things that nobody ever think of in life. That's the problem. Every stadium in Europe, whether it's the Alliance Arena in Italy, the one Juventus have, or it's the Alliance Arena in Germany, the one Bayern Munich and 1860 Munich have, a lot of people don't know that. And any other stadium in the world is a company. Every stadium is a company on its own. It's an entity. It's a money-generating entity. They have grantsmen working on it. They have lightsmen working on it. They have, stewards, that have security, that have hospitality people, that have media turnaround production people on its own. So every day, then there is the hospitality people who controls the touring of this facility. Every day, those stadiums, those facilities are generating money. Even with COVID coming in, that affected 1 year that this club is sacking 86 people. Don't you even ask yourself, who are these 86 people? What are they doing for the club? I thought the football club is just the players, the coaches, and the backroom staff. Who are these 86 people? These are the people that man different things. When a bulb goes off, somebody knows, somebody is responsible for it. Somebody knows that if I keep that bulb and I don't replace it, my salary is not going to come. Those are the way you change it. That's how you turn an industry around. Nigerian football has been seen as a personal business for too long. We should see it as an industry and understand that, okay, look, this is a $5 billion industry, right? So if we raise it well, we will generate tax from this, we will generate employment from this, we will do a whole lot and get people involved in a lot of things that is beyond us. We have not started running football like that. And that can be replicated in Ghana, in Mali, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Senegal, in Gambia, and beyond. Before you know it, nobody can call the AFCON little tournament anymore because we are holding our own in our own field. Until we do that, have you ever paused to think that the NBA is a one-country league? They don't have Champions League in the NBA. The winner of the NBA will now go and play Champions League with Mexico, Canada, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago. No, it's a one-country league. But do you know that it's as popular as the EPL or the European Champions League or the Euros or even the World Cup? Because of how they have turned it into a business. Let us understand. Until people abroad, people in the abroad see us like we are doing business, they will no longer see us on the same table with them. For as long as we're not doing business, we're doing charity with football, they will look at our football as little because to them, this football is gold mine. For us, it is not. When you host a championship in Europe, you make profit. When you host a championship in Africa, you make loss. So it is little because there is something they know that we don't know. We have more population. Think about it. We have more population than Europeans, right? We have more addiction to this game than they do have. How come they make more money from the game than us? Think about it. It's about the money. It's about the bottom line. If you ever work in a company and you carry an idea to your boss, what's the first thing that your boss will ask you? How does this give us money? If you go to a bank and you say, I have an idea, the first thing they ask you, what's the bottom line? How does this translate into Naira and Kobo? If you cannot crunch the numbers and tell them how this thing will turn into Naira and Kobo, you're just blabbing, speaking in tongues, saying something that nobody understands. It's like when you go to church and the pastor is speaking in tongues all through the service. You know that you just wasted your time because you don't know what he's saying. No matter how exciting, Shiko, Brozade, Ibragada, Sokoto, he's not saying nothing. You don't understand what he talk. That's just the truth. So that's how our football is speaking in tongues. Nobody understands it. Until we create a business model, we will never earn the respect of the globe. That's what I have to say about that. And I get tired of people always raising the issue of like, oh, it's a war. If I drag it that way, then the Nations Cup will be big. No, that's how we make it big. One of the biggest nations going into the Nations Cup does not have a coach right now. We don't even know the players that we're going to be inviting to come. The Nations Cup is less than 30 days away from kickoff. Have you thought about that for a minute? Would that ever happen with Euros or Copa America? The answer is no. Well, time's up. I gotta go. Those of you that I didn't read your message, Sheyi, Ushi, Dami. I'm sorry, but I gotta go. Peter Wanada is waiting on the wings. Let me see this. Destrus Henry. Destrus Henry, 100% true. They were fraudulent under Fegi. I agree with you. Nasri Olabode, he says to corroborate your point and club, African players themselves dismisses the tournament by conspiring with their clubs to fake injuries and all of the sort to avoid the tournament and perhaps be on the good book of their club. God will bless you, my brother. You understand the conversation better. Man, you've been a football business person all your life, so you understand it from the business standpoint rather than the whole emotional and sentimental part of you. Okay, I pretend all the way in the US says to me, amen to that. We need to fix our league. God bless you. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, listening on the app. God bless you. And most of all, thank you very much, my brother. Yeah, having a friend, having a brother who's been with you all your life is very, very good. Nasri, Olabode, Olarafe, thank you very much for that. Emmanuel Samina, this guy's my teammate, has been my teammate like since forever. So there's somebody, those of you who, when I say my name is Worry Badger, you'll be wondering who is Worry Badger. You better go ask this guy. Emmanuel Stamina, he's got a brother, Agenus, who's a fantastic photographer right now. He said you are always on point. Thank you very much, bro. God bless you and have yourself a lovely day. I gotta go now. Leave you in the wonderful and lovely hands of my brother, my friend, somebody that will partner together and do some great things in the future. Peter Ewolode. My name is Serabin Idafemachi. It's a very love to come in on the spot. It's been the Sports Buffet on Elevated TV Radio. God bless you guys. Bye. Hmm.